If you're a marketer or business owner, let me ask you this. Do you know why people bought your product? Think about the last thing you bought that you probably didn't really need. Now think about the reason you had for buying it. Maybe the price is good, the reviews are strong, it was practical, you thought it would save you some time. All reasonable reasons. But I'll bet you anything, you came up with the reason after you had already decided to buy it. Every buying decision works like an iceberg. The little tip above the water is the logic. The price, the features, the specs. But the giant part underneath, the part doing the actual work, it's based on your emotions at the time, your internal psychology. And the buyer often can't even see it. So when a customer walks away and tells you your price was too high, that's just the tip of the iceberg talking. The real decision happened somewhere they'll never be able to describe to you. Today, I'm going to take you under the water. Aloha, I'm Brent Shiratori, and this is Idea Marketing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 psychological triggers that actually move a purchase. The real reasons why people buy underneath the reasons they give. And for every single one, I'll show you exactly how a normal small business can use it, whether it's a painting company, a car wash, or a dentist. Then at the end, I'm going to tell you the one thing you have to understand before you use any of this. Because I'm not going to lie to you, this is actually really powerful. And like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Let's get into it. Most small business owners think they're in a rational fight over price. They genuinely believe if they could just explain their value clearly enough, lay out the features, line up the comparison chart, the customers would do the math and choose them. They're trying to compete on logic. If they lower the price a little, add another feature, make the spec sheet a little longer, they'll get the sale. But a lot of times, they lose anyway, and they don't understand why. So I'm here to tell you it's because the customer rarely does the math. People decide with the part of the brain that feels, and they hand the job over to the part that explains. By the time a customer is comparing your price to the other guys, the emotional decision is mostly already made. The comparison is just them building a case for what they already want to do, which means the most important work in your marketing happens before anyone ever looks at your price. It happens down where the decision actually gets made. So let me show you 7 levers that operate down there, one at a time. The first one is anchoring. People lean on the first number they hear. Whatever they see first becomes the reference point, and every other number gets judged against it, whether that first number was fair or not. This is why you should never show your main price by itself, sitting alone on the page with nothing around it. Alone, your number has nothing to be compared to, so the customer compares it to whatever's in their own head, and what's in their head is almost always lower than you'd like. Picture a house painter. Most painters walk in, look at the job, and give one number. Let's say it's $4,200. The homeowner has nothing to weigh that against, so it just sounds like a lot of money. Now, picture a painter who hands over a sheet with 3 options. The full exterior with premium paint and a 10-year warranty, $7,800. The standard package, $4,200. And a basic touch-up, $2,100. It's the same $4,200 job in the middle, but now the homeowner saw $7,800 first. Suddenly, the middle option doesn't sound that expensive. It sounds actually pretty reasonable. I mean, honestly, I bet you're doing the same right now. The $4,200 does sound like a pretty good deal now. The painter didn't change anything to the original offer. He just gave it something to compare against, and that's the power of anchoring. The second trigger is the decoy, and it's a close cousin to anchoring. When you give someone 2 choices, they can stall forever, cheaper or better. They go back and forth, and sometimes they just leave. But if you add a third option, one that's deliberately a little worse than the one you actually want them to pick, you make the decision feel much more obvious. Think about a local car wash. They offer a basic wash for $10 and the works for $20. Plenty of people just pick the $10 option. So let's say the owner adds a third tier in the middle. A premium wash for $18. That gives you almost everything the $20 package does. Now, look at what the customer sees. For $2 more than the $18, you get the full service. The $20 suddenly looks like the only sensible choice. That middle option wasn't really built to sell. It was built to make the top option look like a steal. Most people walk right up the ladder to the 20 and the owner just raised his average ticket without changing a single price. You see this at the movie theater with popcorn sizes, you see it with software pricing, and you can build it into almost any small business that sells more than one version of the same thing. The third trigger is social proof. When people aren't sure what to do, they look around to see what everyone else is doing. If a crowd is doing something, the brain quietly decides it must be the safe and correct choice. Now, most businesses know this. They slap up a few testimonials and call it done. But the real power has almost nothing to do with the number of proof points. What matters is how closely the proof matches the person reading it. Take a plumber. He could say trusted by thousands of customers, and that's fine. It's also forgettable, because thousands of customers could be anyone, anywhere. Now imagine he says, I've done work for 38 homes in your neighborhood this year. Or his review page is sorted so you see the names of streets you recognize. The job is the same, but now the proof looks like the person reading it. Same kind of house with the same kind of pipes in the same zip code. People don't just copy crowds, they copy people they see themselves in. Join 400 local families will always beat join thousands of customers. Because the first one tells the buyer that people like me already made this choice and it worked out fine. The fourth trigger is framing. And this is where marketing stops being about your product and starts being about how people see your product. People reach completely different conclusions from the exact same facts, depending on how those facts are worded. Nothing about the thing changes, only the frame around it. The classic example is ground beef. Label it 80% lean and it sells. Label the identical meat 20% fat and people start to question it. It's exactly the same. The only thing that changed is the framing. So let's stay with meat for a second. Picture a local burger spot trying to compete with a chain down the street. They could say we use quality ingredients, but that's vague and nobody believes it. But what if instead they frame themselves against the villain? Every patty is ground fresh this morning from a local farm. No frozen pucks shipped from a warehouse 1,000 miles away. No fillers, cooked to order, not sitting under a heat lamp. They didn't just describe their burger, they gave you a thing to be against. The frozen, trucked-in, heat lamp burger you'd get at a fast food chain. And once you're holding that picture in your head, their 15 burger stops competing with the chain's $6 one. It's not even the same category anymore. Good framing is how you build a brand that stands apart, instead of a product that just lists features. Find the old way of doing things in your industry and stand against it. The fifth trigger is confirmation bias. People go looking for information that agrees with what they already believe, and they wave away anything that argues against it. Once someone likes your brand on a gut level, their mind quietly goes to work collecting reasons to justify that feeling. So here's the mistake almost every business makes. They try to argue the customer into a brand new belief. It's one of the hardest things to do in marketing. Changing someone's mind from scratch is brutally hard. The more effective move is to do the opposite. Find what your best customers already believe and become the clearest expression of that belief. Take a small pet food store. Their best customers already believe that cheap kibble is junk and that what you feed your dog matters as much as what you feed your kids. The store doesn't need to convince them of that. They walked in already believing. So the store's whole job is to confirm it and show the customer they're the best to deliver it. Put up the ingredient comparisons, explain what the mystery filler in the grocery brand is, hand them the facts that let them feel smart and right about a choice their heart already made. Now that customer leaves at $40 in dog food, and when their neighbor says that's expensive, they've got a whole list of arguments loaded and ready. All you did was hand them the ammunition to defend the decision their heart already made. No selling required, and they're a customer for life. The sixth trigger is loss aversion. Losing something hurts about twice as much as gaining the same thing feels good. Let me say that again. Losing something hurts twice as much as gaining the same thing feels good. We're wired to protect what we feel is ours far harder than we chase what isn't yet. $100 found is nice. $100 lost ruins your entire afternoon. Most marketing is built around gaining, save money, get more, earn this. But you can flip the same offer to be about losing, and it hits a deeper nerve. Let's look at dental offices. Every fall, they send the same boring reminder: schedule your cleaning, which most people just ignore. But let's say a smart office sends a different message in November. Your insurance benefits reset on December 31st. You have about $400 in coverage left this year, and if you don't use it, you'll lose it for good. Now, that same patient, all they're thinking about is how they're going to lose money that's already in their mind is theirs. The phone rings off the hook every December because of that one word: lose. And when you combine that with real scarcity, a genuine deadline, a limited number of spots, it pushes people to act now instead of later. But the key word there is real. If the deadline is fake and they find out you've traded a sale for their trust, it's very hard for them to come back from that. The seventh and last trigger is the endowment effect. People value things more the moment they feel like they own them. You don't even need real ownership. The feeling of it is enough to make something much harder to walk away from. This is the quiet engine behind free trials, free samples, and take it home and see. Every one of them is designed to hand you the feeling of ownership before any money changes hands. Because once it feels like yours, giving it back feels like a loss. And you already know how much we hate losing things. Picture a local furniture store. One store says, "We have a great return policy." Fine, but it's forgettable. The other one says, "Take the couch home, live with it for 30 days, and if it's not right, we'll come and pick it up. No questions." Now, that couch is in your living room. Your kids are on it, the dog cleaned it. 30 days in, the whole question is flipped. The store is asking you to give back your couch, and almost nobody can do it. And you can build the same feeling into your words, even before anyone touches the product. Talk like it's already theirs. Your new morning routine, where your team will run the numbers, your spot on the calendar. That single word, your, does the heavy lifting for you. It hands over ownership in the customer's head, and the head doesn't like to give things back. So that's the 7. Anchoring, the decoy, social proof, framing, confirmation bias, loss aversion, and endowment. 7 levers that work down where the real decision lives, under the water, where the customer can't see them and usually doesn't want to. Now here's the part I promised you at the start, the rule. Every one of these triggers is a form of influence, and influence is just a polite word for the thing marketing actually is. The bottom line is marketing is all about getting people to do something they might not have done on their own. Now, you can do that to push someone into a thing that's wrong for them, take their money and watch them feel cheated later. Or you can use those exact same triggers to help a good customer finally say yes to something that genuinely makes their life better. The thing that they were going to talk themselves out of for no good reason. The tools are the same either way. The only thing that changes is whether the product behind them is actually worth it. So use all 7 triggers. Anchor your prices, build your decoy, frame your story. I'm just saying you should try to push them to something that would genuinely make their lives better. If you're good at it, you can nudge them to buy either way. So you might as well sell them something you can truly stand behind rather than just trying to make a quick buck. If this got you thinking about how you talk about your own prices, watch my other videos on how marketing actually works underneath the surface. And click subscribe. I publish new videos every week. Remember, you don't need to buy more ads when you have better ideas.